Welcome back to another edition of 70 in 7, where we take a look back at the Leafs season so far because they've played 70 games. The 10-game block we're going to look at right now features games 41 to 50. We left off with an overtime loss to the New York Rangers, but the Leafs over their last 10 games are 8-1-1. Keefe's Leafs are thriving. The theme of the season seems to be injuries, and the Leafs just lost Ilya Mikheyev in game 39 against the New Jersey Devils for what looks like most of the rest of the season. But this block of games actually starts off with some nice news. Heading into game 41 in Minnesota on New Year's Eve, the Leafs seem to be throwing players a bone. They had Nick Shore play against Colorado because he's from Colorado. They had Jason Spezza start in the Next Generation game after getting scratched in the home opener. And in this one, they announced Justin Hall's contract extension in Minnesota, where he was born and played university hockey. And that contract, by the way, $2 million for each of the next 3 seasons. Not bad for a former second-round pick who was a castaway and the Leafs developed from the ECHL on up. And in their game in Minnesota, the Leafs bounced back from their loss against the Rangers. Alex Kerfoot scores first, and William Nylander scores to make it 2-0 for the Leafs after 1. Matthews had a power play goal to make it 3-0. I'm struggling to find a stretch of the season you could even call a slump for him. Ryan Suter got the Wild's only goal. John Tavares got the empty netter. Leafs win 4-1. Tidy work, and they head into 2020 with their spirits high. Yeah, 2019's over, folks, but let's all look forward to 2020. Should all acquaintance be forgot? We had no idea. Super interesting game on the road against the Jets in Winnipeg. 2 Leafs making their NHL debut in this one. That being Mason Marchment, son of former Leaf Brian Marchment, and Adam Brooks. And Brooks, with an immediate impact early in the first, steals the puck behind the Jets' net, sends it to William Nylander, scores. Leafs get the 1-0 lead. Not long after, Kasperi Kapanen, thievery of his own in the Jets' end. He shoots and scores, and the Leafs are up 2-0 off of 2 pretty gross Jets errors. And like the Jets seem to do so often against the Maple Leafs, bing bing, that multi-goal lead is erased. It's 2-2. But Travis Dermott restores the Leafs lead with the easiest goal he's ever scored. The puck was about this close to the goal line off an Alex Kerfoot chance. Pierre Engvall snipes off the face-off to make it 4-2 Leafs, and despite the fact that the Leafs are getting outshot 26-10, they lead the Jets by 2. Mark Scheifele brings the Jets back to within 1, but Mitch Marner with a one-timer on the power play, Leafs with a multi-goal lead again. And to put the icing on the cake and make it 6-3, the John Tavares, William Nylander, Alexander Kerfoot line. That was the thing for a while, with Kerfoot going from third-line center to second-line wing, or first-line wing, depends who you ask. Crazy passing play. They had a little bit of magic going. And so did the Leafs, and so much magic, in fact, that they decided to do something crazy. After getting pretty soundly beaten by the Islanders the last time they played them, the Leafs were hosting them this time, and they decided to start Michael Hutchinson in net. The Islanders were like pretty established as one of the top half teams in the league, but the method to the madness is they can't score. Oh, they're great at shutting it down and playing the suffocating defense, but goals are a struggle for them. Maybe this could be an easier night for Hutchinson. Who knows? The bet worked. The Leafs were having trouble getting through the Islanders' defenses, so they had to do something nuts. Kasperi Kapanen, flying down the left wing, absolutely walks the rookie Noah Dobson. Sends it to Pierre Engvall. Sheesh, 1-0. And it's funny, fast forwarding to present day, you see Nick Robertson in the Leafs practice lineups as we prepare for the return to play. Pierre Engvall seems like the odd man out. It's so unfortunate because, man, that guy was on a heater, and he was exactly the sort of player the Leafs needed, especially after Ilya Mikheyev went down. Getting back to this game, like I said, Michael Hutchinson would maybe have an easier time in net, but the Leafs would have to come up with some special plays to beat the Islanders. Well, Matthews with a spinning tip made it 2-0, but this wouldn't be the first multi-goal lead Hutchinson had to defend. But Zach Hyman ices it, and that's it. Not only do the Leafs win, but Michael Hutchinson gets a shutout. Undefeated in their last 10 in regulation. Slowly catching up on the Bruins. And right now, today, the Leafs are the hottest team in the National Hockey League, bar none. Are they riding a bit of a PDO bender? Sure. Their shooting percentage is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. Everything is going in. But this team's October and November saw them dig themselves into a hole. They needed to string together some wins to even have the hopes of making the playoffs by April. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? What can't Sheldon Keefe do? Which leads to a storm of sorts, and what would be a sharp sharp downturn in the Leafs season. The Edmonton Oilers visit Toronto with a bee in their bonnet because people were kind of goofing on them. People had been goofing on them for quite some time, but they were surging, and Kailer Yamamoto was a huge addition to that lineup. Add to the fact that it's Toronto, Connor McDavid coming back to Toronto, they always make a big deal of it. He has some bad memories, remember the Nazem Kadri game, but also the previous game, the Leafs not only beat the Oilers, but Dmytro Timashov kind of made McDavid look silly on one of the goals, and Frederic Gauthier got the goal off the assist from Timashov, and they had revenge on their mind. Oilers up 1-0 after 1. Okay, no big deal. Nurse and Yamamoto scored in the first 2 minutes of the second period. All of a sudden, the Oilers are up 3-0, and the Leafs are in huge trouble. Spezza with a timely goal to get the Leafs on the board, 3-1, all right. But Chiasson makes it 4-1. Man! But Freddie the Goat, he was having a nice little stretch there, and Pierre Engvall again bring the Leafs to within 1. Now it's the third period, Leafs are within 1. Oh, they take a penalty, that's probably bad. And oh, Leon Draisaitl converts, power play goal. Oilers restore the 2-goal lead. And what would follow, I'm sure you remember, it's been in every season highlight pack. It's been in every, hey, are you excited that hockey's coming back highlight pack. In fact, the NHL tweeted something out just a few days ago, and I'm pretty sure they led with this goal. McDavid completely walks Morgan Rielly, comes in and scores a spectacular goal. This one was on Michael Hutchinson, I believe, after Frederik Andersen was yanked. That's game. Matthews did have a power play goal after that, but it wasn't enough. Oilers win 6-4. But okay, the Leafs are on their hottest streak of the season, and they lost 1 game. That's fine, right? It's okay. Still on home ice. The Leafs, hey, there's a pregame ceremony as the Leafs host the Jets. They're honoring Team Canada's gold medal winning World Junior team. Isn't that cool? Nick Ehlers makes it 1-0 for the Jets, all right? Not liking the return of this allowing the first goal thing. Matthews gets his 30th of the season less than a minute later. God, what would they do without him? Then the Leafs have the power play. John Tavares has the puck, but he's stripped by Mason Appleton, who rushes in and restores the lead for the Jets. 2-1. Dmytro Timashov ties it back up for the Leafs, fresh out of the box. It's 2-2. Mark Scheifele makes it 3-2. Okay, we're gonna need some heroics. Who else? Auston Matthews with 14 seconds left. A bomb from just inside the point, forcing overtime. Overtime solves nothing. They head to the shootout, and Blake Wheeler scores the winner and flicks the strap on his helmet after. You remember that celebration, and all of a sudden, the Leafs have lost back-to-back games on home ice. But it's okay, we're going to ignore that. Kyle Dubas staying busy re-signing Martin Marincin. That happened on January 10th. So the Leafs head out on the road to Florida with an interesting game. Because of the way the playoffs are set up now, 1-2-3 with the Atlantic Division, the Leafs are actually needing to fend off the Florida Panthers. This is a big game, but back-to-back, uh-oh. But it's okay, reinforcements are on the way. The Leafs got Andreas Johnsson. It was not okay. 1-0 Panthers less than 2 minutes in. There's that theme again. 3-0 Panthers after 1. Oh no! 5-0 less than 3 minutes into the second. Are you even trying? 7-1 roughly halfway through the game. The Leafs would end up scoring 3 straight, and that still only made it 7-4. They ended up losing 8-4, and it was an embarrassing performance. One of their most embarrassing of the season. Don't worry, they're most embarrassing. That's in the future. To any Leaf, if you're hurt, say something and stop. Stop playing. Let someone else go in your place. And if you're not hurt, ask why you're playing so bad that we all think you are. No effort, horrible performance in a game with playoff implications. The theme of allowing the first goal and early seemed to continue. And another awful theme, the Leafs get one guy back, Andreas Johnsson. They lose Morgan Rielly. Both a blessing and a curse. Morgan Rielly had been playing injured all season long, and he was talking about like, oh, I'm feeling much better, and he had this pairing going with Tyson Barrie because Sheldon Keefe put him with him. So hopefully he can come back better than ever, but without Morgan Rielly, the Leafs, a team that's already pretty inept at defense, is without their best defender. Even though Rasmus Sandin was sent down to the minors in order to preserve year 1 of his entry-level deal, the Leafs decide to set it on fire by calling him up. And his first game back would be game 47 of the season at home against the New Jersey Devils. He impressed immediately. The Leafs were up 3-0 after the first period, 2 of those goals being tip-ins of Rasmus Sandin's shots. The Leafs ran the Devils' show, Matthews' second of the game made it 6-1. But Blake Coleman completed a hat-trick, including a pretty ridiculous one-handed goal. And PK Subban with a 6-4 goal on the power play. They're not seriously gonna do this! Auston Matthews would end up getting a hat-trick of his own. It was actually his first hat-trick since his 4-goal game debut. Leafs would get the win, but that was a little close, wasn't it? Game 48, a home game against the Calgary Flames. Man, a lot of Western Canadian teams visiting. Both goalies were spectacular in this game, both Dave Rittich and Frederik Andersen. Derek Ryan gives the Flames the lead in the second period, and William Nylander finally tipping one home in the third, getting the Leafs on the board. For crying out loud. Let's go to overtime. But overtime does not continue because the NHL hates fun. It goes to the shootout, and Matthew Tkachuk wins it for the Flames. Game 49, a home game against the Chicago Blackhawks, because what could possibly go wrong against the Chicago Blackhawks? Sheldon Keefe deciding to carry 7D in this one. Timothy Liljegren making his NHL debut. Folks, it was not a good time. Drake Caggiula makes it 1-0 21 seconds in. Whether it was Mike Babcock at the helm or Sheldon Keefe, no matter who's in the lineup or who's hurt, this team cannot start games. Leafs are down 3-0 after one. William Nylander makes it 3-1. Jonathan Toews makes it 4-1. Is this thing on? Is this on repeat? Kubalik scores 5-1. Ooh, Kerfoot scores 5-2. Kubalik again 6-2. The Leafs are getting embarrassed. Leafs get outshot 13-10 in the third period, a period they were losing the entire time. Embarrassing. And even though there is one game left in this 10-game block, the Leafs took a break here, mercifully, because of the All-Star game. An All-Star game in late January in St. Louis, and I was there. Oh my god, I can't believe I was on a plane. Or in a building full of people. Or the fact that I got to shake hands while I was there, and one of the hands that I shook was Auston Matthews's, and it was arguably the most famous hand in the hockey world at the time because it had a cast on it. Okay, not a cast, it was a brace, but it was talked about because Auston Matthews, who obviously made the All-Star game, did not play. He did get suspended because he showed up, he did all the events, but he wore a brace on his hand because supposedly, and you would never know by his production, he was battling an injury. Would this be a factor for the rest of the Leafs season? Because they are not doing so great right now. We'd have to see. The Leafs' first game back after the break is against the Nashville Predators. Matthews is in the lineup. Hey, Trevor Moore's in the lineup too. Holy smokes, can this guy stay healthy? I hope so. Let's see how this game goes. This game was opened by a goal I'm sure you remember. Rasmus Sandin with a ridiculous Hail Mary bomb up the field to William Nylander, who receives it perfectly at the blue line, comes in on a breakaway, scores. It was Swede to Swede sweetness. And of course, Nashville ties it 40 seconds later. But luckily, Zach Hyman made it 2-1 heading into the second. Okay? Rasmus Sandin shoots and scores his first career NHL goal. I think they reviewed it because the net was almost knocked off, but not enough. Leafs are up 3-1. Get that puck! Jason Spezza, right side of the ice, just as the power play wraps up, snipes to make it 4-1. The Leafs would end up winning 5-2. Jake Muzzin returns to the lineup. That's wonderful! And Trevor Moore also returns to the lineup. That's wonderful! Hey, look! The Leafs getting guys back from injury.
Kasperi Kapanen won't be returning tonight. He has an arm injury.
Nudge this season! Oh, you think the Leafs are injured? Well, our team... Oh, much better, much better. So you know what? Whew. Okay. The Leafs had their best stretch of the season, followed by their very not best stretch of the season. Morgan Rielly was out, but they had the All-Star game to rest, regenerate. Matthews looks all right. Rasmus Sandin looks NHL ready. The Leafs should be able to get things back on track. There's nothing to worry about. This team, as it's built right now, can do it. And by that I mean in their next 10-game block of games, there was a game that was so bad they made a trade immediately after it. But that'll be in the next video. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends that the game officially starts when they drop the puck, man.